Hello, my friends, and welcome back. Thank you very much for being with me again today. A very interesting and revealing piece of information we got here. And that comes from negotiations between Israel on one side and the other side, Hamas, regarding hostages. And I will show you what Hamas, those bad dudes, offered the good dudes, the Israelis, what kind of deal. And the deal was, guess what, rejected by the Israelis. So that I'm going to discuss the deal and the implications and the refusal. And I will also tell you a personal story regarding my direct experience, direct interaction with some businessmen in, let's put it mildly, New York City. Okay? And I will show you what I did, and that's going to take about, the story will be a minute and a half. But let's get to this article first. It comes from Business Insider, and it is from today, November 10th, 2023. Hamas offered Israel 50 hostages for 5-day ceasefire, but deal got rejected. So the Hamas, right, that's not me farting, it's just moving something here. So Hamas offered Israel, what's going on here? Offered to release 50 hostages for a 5-day ceasefire. I'm not involved in negotiations, obviously. I don't know too much about what's going on over there. They have the information. So if they decided that 50 hostages do not deserve to be released for 5-day ceasefire, well, then it's on them and their 7th generation after that, right? Is that how it works over there? I don't know. For some reason, I thought that that's the way it works. So let's read this beautiful article here. Hamas offered Israel 50 hostages for 5-day ceasefire, according to New York Times. The New York Times. Israel rejected the deal, demanding a shorter time frame to collect and deliver the hostages. The negotiations took place pre-October 27 and briefly delayed the ground invasion, per the report. So what's interesting, not interesting, it's just a confirmation of many things that I said before, and it's obvious, it's not like a genius statement. These guys, when they inform us, if they inform us, they inform us about things that occurred, I don't know, a week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks before. That's why, excuse me, when I say that there might have been some accidents over the Baltic Sea or the Black Sea between Russian and American fighter jets and drones. They don't tell us. It's a very big possibility. Now, let's read further here. So Hamas proposed exchanging 50 Israeli hostages for a 5-day ceasefire, but Israel rejected the offer. Well, my story will be related to Israel's ability to do business. They're very good I'm going to be very politically correct. Very good negotiators, okay? And I dealt with them one time directly that I knew of. Probably I deal with them all the time, but I'm unaware of. When I pay my credit card or something like that. But nevertheless, in this case, and I'm going to mention at the end of this video, I dealt with them face to face. So my direct experience 100% with this businessman, not so good. See, I'm trying to be nice because the words I would use would be like shitty, 100% I was schemed. But I will explain. Now, citing Arab and Western officials with knowledge of the talks who spoke on the condition of anonymity, the Times said that the negotiations took place in the days leading up to the ground invasion of Gaza. The invasion took place on the evening of October 27th. The incursion had been delayed briefly. Now, again, we're going to learn this like the 6 million Holocaust, the same thing here. You're always going to know how many Israelis were killed, but how many Hamas were killed? Let me see. How many, oh, here it is. Israeli territory, now the second months have killed more than 1 people. How about civilians, right? Let's see what's going on here. Do we have civilians or just people? The same people. Well, maybe you can divide them next time. Nevertheless, my point is they knew what they were doing, and they're very good negotiators and business people. So let me tell you my little story now. But before that, let me say that maybe if you profess that you really care for the civilians so much, not only the Israelis but these guys here, I think 50 hostages for 5 days. But again, I don't hold the information behind a negotiation. I don't have the cards in my hand to know. But then don't profess that anything and we tried everything. No, when they're going to say we tried everything to release those hostages, well, I don't think so. But hey, that's me with not having all the cards, barely maybe one card in my hand, which is provided to me by these guys. So, to my story. Decades ago, I wanted to buy a camera, the one with the film, and I have the camera right here. I'm going to show it to you. And I've been into photography since I was a child. From my father, my grandfather, they had this hobby. So I used to process my own films, make my own pictures in the, how do you call it, the dark room, black room, however you call it. We had everything made. So I did that as a child, black and white, and then when it turned into colors and so on, I started doing something else. So anyway, I wanted a good camera, so I looked over some magazines at that time, and I called and I ordered a camera, and I wanted this kind of camera. This is, remember, it's a film camera. It's an old camera right here, and that is a Minolta, and I wanted a Minolta body, and I wanted a how do you call it, Sigma lens. I think it's 200. It's 28 per 200. Okay, I wanted with a big zoom. That was a zoom I could afford at that time. It was very expensive for me. So you see, it's however you want to look at it, it is an old camera. So this camera is right here. Doesn't work anymore. Anyway, it's just, I mean, it works. That I'm not obviously using it anymore. As you can see here, I still have a film in there, so I have to go and process that. You see that? A film over there, and that's a Kodak. So I ordered this camera, and when I received it damaged. First, the body and the lens were not the same. The body was a Dynax 500, and I didn't order a Minolta Dynax 500. I ordered a different one, a better version. And then the lens that, attached to this, as I have a film, I'm not going to open it. These ones were indeed a Sigma 28-200. That's how much I can afford. I wanted something bigger. So they sent me this that you could not, you could not zoom. You see how you zoom in and out? They sent me one that was like blocked, destroyed. And this was the different one. So I called them back and they said, well, no, we sent you the right thing. Everything works. I went to a camera shop here in town, and they said, well, what's going on here? Your lens are broken. Lens are not working. So you received the wrong lens. So I called the guys back in New York, I'm sorry, and it was one of the boroughs. I will not go deeper into detail. And they said, no, we sent you the right thing. Everything is perfect. We sent you the right thing. We don't know what you're talking about. So I got angry about it. So what I did, I took my car and I drove overnight straight from that location to New York. And I arrived at New York in front of the store at about, 5 or 6 in the morning. The shop was not open yet. And I saw guys coming, and so I was the first customer. I came in, I put the camera on the desk, and I told them. They were all Jewish. They had yarmulkes. There were 3 people, 2 young ones and an older one. And I showed them this. I showed them the receipt. I showed them everything. And they said, look at it. And they said, that's not what we sent you. We sent you a good working Sigma lens, and we sent you the right body. you're lying. You just want to get a better body for a worse body. And the lenses, you broke them. That's exactly what they told me in front of my face. Now, I have no reason to lie to you. I don't want to expose anybody, so I'm not going to give names. But this is, and I said, well, I can't. I mean, that's not what happened. That's why since then, I always, since I have the phone, iPhone and so on, I record when I receive a package from someone or what I ordered. I always put the camera on and I open the package in front of the camera. You know, I showed first all the label, all this, and I open it. In case something happens, I can send that footage and say, no, this is what I received from you guys. So I always record it. Why? Because of this decades old situation. So what did they do? They look at that, they said, get out, you try to scheme us. They kicked me out. I was not alone. I was with someone else. And I said, you know what, I'm going to go and report you to the consumers, blah, 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 blah. And say, get the fuck out. And then when I was walking out, I said, wait. So when I turned around, they let me see the camera. The old guy was in charge. As I moved to the table over there, to the whatever it's called, the desk, whatever it was, where you have the other cameras exposed, one tall guy with a yarmulke went to the door, locked the door, and stayed by the door. I was not afraid. I mean, I can fight, and at that time I could fuck them up. I know that one. I mean, if guns are involved, it's a different story, but you know, I didn't have no problem with that. I didn't get scared. The old guy got my camera, went behind with the other guy. So one was at the door, locked door, went inside in the camera, and you can see it was a big window, and you can see them over there in their office. The big window, you could see in and out. It was not like the one with a mirror window. So I could see them over there talking, pop, 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 pop. And then the old guy came out, and he said that he's doing me a favor. He's doing me a favor. And he said, this, no, this is what we sent you, what you ordered. And this one, you broke it. But because I'm a good guy, he said, I'm going to give you a good one. So he gave me a Sigma, the one that I ordered, a good one, because I broke the other one. But the body, they said, I am the asshole, and I changed it, and now I want to scheme them. So looking around, I said, okay, well, if this is the deal, what am I supposed to do? So I took that and I left. So that was my only direct interaction with some businessmen. Direct, I don't know, I mean, knowingly. But other than that, I never had it. And I'm not trying to stereotype anybody. I'm just, because we are in the negotiation business here with this article, I thought I should mention that. And if someone wants to talk to me, I'm ready to talk to you about that issue. Okay? So I'm not afraid of that because I know what happened. And I have witnesses. Because when I opened the package, I was not alone. So we can go wherever you want. Remember, that was 2 decades ago. Let's put it mildly. So anyway, my friends, it seems like they're tough negotiators, as this showed, and they did me a favor. Probably the same thing over there. Probably the Israelis wanted all the hostages for, I don't know, zero ceasefire or something, or not ceasefire, plus, I don't know, $2 billion coming from the Palestinian people, or something like that. But hey, if it works, it works. It worked here. So anyway, thank you very much for being with me again today. Stay strong, stay smart, look for the truth, and be just.